Alright everybody, Zero here. As promised, I am back with a follow-up video to my unboxing for the 3DS XL. I've been playing it for pretty much a day straight now, and I just wanted to give you my impressions of not how the device looks, but how it actually plays and compares to the original 3DS. So I'm just going to go over a few things. First of all, the top screen is about the same size as the screen on a PlayStation Vita, so it is really, really large. My first concern was that it was going to affect the pixels, like you'd be able to see the pixels on the games because the resolution is the same, it's just blown up. But surprisingly, there's not really a difference. I notice it even less than I did with the original DSi to the DSi XL. So I don't know how they managed that, but the graphics do still look very crisp and clear, and you don't see a lot of pixelization. Now, I mentioned yesterday in my unboxing video that these buttons down here are nice physical buttons as opposed to just that little strip of plastic that was under the screen on the 3DS. But I've noticed when I actually go to press them during, gameplay and I need to get to home or whatever, they don't actually have a click to them, really. If you push them like right in the center, they do kind of depress a little bit, but they don't really move that much. So it's hard to tell if you've actually hit the button or not. You have to push kind of hard, and then you'll just know it worked because, if you press home, it'll go home. But so that was kind of weird. I thought that they would make those much more, like the regular buttons up here, much more clicky, but they're not. Let's see a few other things. Like I said before, the slider pad is it's the same size and shape as it was on the 3DS, but it just moves around a lot smoother, which is a nice improvement. The D-pad feels really good. I just can't really tell how it controls in games because I tried playing New Super Mario Bros. 2 with it, and it's just so much more comfortable to use the analog slider that I just couldn't find myself using the D-pad. So just like it limited my movement. So I'm sure it's comfortable for games that you have to use it in. But I have not been using the D-pad at all, really, just because I prefer the analog stick. Another thing I noticed was that the volume, even when it's turned all the way up here, it's a little slider on the side, it seems a lot quieter than the original 3DS. The sound quality is better, sounds a lot just nicer. And if you plug headphones in, it does get a lot louder in the headphones, and it sounds really, really good. But just as far as like coming out of the speakers, it's pretty quiet. As you can see, it's turned up all the way right now, and you can kind of really barely hear the menu music. But what I'm going to do now is just show you some of the graphics on the top screen real quick by loading up some gameplay footage and stuff. You can see the reflection of one of my bleach wall scrolls in the bottom screen there. I was really, really impressed with the graphics in Kingdom Hearts. I didn't want to have to switch the cartridge, so I'm just loading up the demo right now. Oops, I don't want the tutorial. Let's see if we can exit out of that. Obviously right now I have the 3D depth slider turned off. See if I'm able to go around. Yeah, I can go to the title screen. Okay, we're going to reload the actual gameplay segment because this tutorial is not as cool. I just recently played again the first Kingdom Hearts game that came out on the regular DS. I think it was it 358 Days Over 2 or yeah. I noticed like the character model is like so small on the screen that he's just a bunch of like geometric shapes. You can barely even see his features. This is obviously very different. This looks really, really good. He's a very large character model. Very, very good graphics. I'll just let you watch this intro for a second. This part's normally in 3D and has a really cool effect, but obviously it's turned off right now.
Look, what happened to Riku? Riku! Hello? Riku! Shut it. Huh? Talk about noise. Sora, right?
Alright, yeah. Let's see if I can skip this cutscene. Yep. Alright, so now this is, obviously the cutscenes are always going to look good. Every, cutscenes are just videos basically, so that's why they always look like amazing. But let's see what the actual gameplay looks like. So, here we have still a much larger character model. Really, really good graphics, really smooth. You can see, I mean, you might not be able to see it on camera right now just because it's, there's a glare, but, he's got all the facial features, you can see all the details. And then as you get farther away, he gets a little bit smaller, but he's still really detailed. Definitely looks even better than the PS2 version. So that's and on the bigger screen, it's definitely just more comfortable to play, easier on the eyes, all that stuff. So now I'm gonna hit the home button, which gotta kind of press hard, and then I'll show you Resident Evil because that's one of the best looking games on the system. Despite how big like the system is, it's not that uncomfortable to hold in your hands, unless you have like really, really tiny hands.
Resident Evil Revelations.
On this one, I'm just going to skip the cutscene so that you can see what the gameplay looks like. Because this game was always known for having like really, really good graphics on the 3DS, and so on the bigger screen, it just looks even better. It feels kind of like you're sitting at home playing like a console game on a TV. It's pretty amazing. Alright, so here's Jill's character model.
Parker.
Where are you?
I don't know. The room feels familiar. It looks like I'm in a mansion.
And again, it's on my, iPhone with lots of glare in the room right now, so it actually looks a lot better than
Yeah,
this.
no problem.
And if I kind of like zoom out here, you can get an idea for like the size of it. If you were just kind of playing it from, the normal length, your eyes would be away from the screen. It's like this. And of course I can't really fight that dude because I'm not really controlling the game. I'm doing it with one hand. So yeah, I mean everything else on the operating system is exactly the same. It's just a regular 3DS operating system on bigger screens. I think I went over pretty much everything on the outside of the system last time. Stylus, Wi-Fi switch, the changes on the 3D switch, everything on the back. There is a little spot in the front, I think it's right there, where you can put like a lanyard or something, but I don't really know why you'd want to carry this around on a lanyard. That seems kind of dangerous. Some fingerprints do kind of show up after a while on the system, but only if your hands are like really greasy from like eating food or something, and then they just wipe away. So it doesn't really stay on there. It's definitely a lot better than the regular 3DSs in terms of like smudging and fingerprints and stuff. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.